So behind me is our brand new 2026 Ford Maverick XLT. Now we are super excited because this is the first time that we've had one of these as an in-house test vehicle. So what that means is we're gonna take it out to the autocross stock and the drag strip and show you what it's capable of. And then later on, we're gonna throw a whole bunch of parts at it to show you exactly what this thing's capable of.
There you go.
Today, I plan to at least one, not roll the car, two, get a good base plan for how this car feels and like what it really needs. I'm expecting a sway bar, tires and brakes, because this thing is bone stock, and so I'm keeping my expectations low and just keeping an eye open and ears open to hear what this thing needs. I'm gonna ease into this car before I start pushing on it. Hopefully not roll the car over.
What's this for?
This is so that we can see, physically see how far our tires are rolling over and if we need to go lower or higher in tire pressure.
We're just gonna leave it as is for now?
Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it and then see where it is. If it's staying pretty high on the tire, I'll probably lower it a little bit as we push on the car harder and harder, and then we can adjust tire pressure as we need.
That's that.
Oh, frick.
Not good better. Need the first practice, bro. All right.
72, oh boy. I DNF'd. It's not great, but it made it. We made it through, didn't roll it. The car fell, all right. It's definitely very pushy. Even though it's all-wheel drive, it's very pushy. And the rear sway bar would definitely help make this car feel a lot better. Lowering springs, because this thing is just super tall.
How sketchy is it?
It's pretty sketchy. I'm scared to drive this thing.
Okay.
Because it's just like all over the place. And it's like the wheelbase is so much longer than that yellow Focus. Like the Focus is like a world different than this Maverick. First lap, it was all right. So we'll get it down.
Only up from here.
Yeah, it's only up because we got no time in the first lap. So.
All right, so if you remember, Luke was driving our 2001 Ford Focus last time he was out on the autocross course, and this time we sent you out in the Maverick. Completely different vehicle. He had 6 runs. Of those 6 runs, 2 were DNFs because you didn't get the course correct.
Oh, frick.
But hey, he had fun. And what were your impressions of the Maverick out there besides being loose?
Well, besides being loose, the car just didn't feel really planted to the ground, but it had plenty of power off the start. So that EcoBoost 2.0 engine really has a lot of pep off the line, but I couldn't really put it anywhere without good suspension or tires.
And I think you mentioned in the video that it felt like it was high off the ground, a lot of body roll.
Absolutely.
So the first thing we're gonna try to do to correct that is what?
We're gonna put a lowering kit with springs.
Okay.
And then after that, we're gonna put some sway bars.
Okay.
Tie the left and right side of the car together.
Which should obviously help improve the handling quite a bit, but it's one of those things we like to do here is we like to get these cars out, whether it's a Mustang, a Maverick, an Explorer, in completely stock form, take it through the paces, drag strip, autocross, and then we're gonna throw our parts on so you really see the value and the difference that our parts can make. So you're looking forward to getting back out on the autocross?
Yeah, it'll be really fun, and it was fun the first time, and I can only imagine how much better it'll be next time.
So sway bars, springs. Why don't we go in the back and check out those mods right now? So as you can see, the first thing we wanted to do was address the suspension after the autocross. So what we did was we added our Maverick lowering springs. It's gonna lower the front 1.5 inches in the rear 2¼ inches. What this is going to do is help lower the center of gravity, give you better handling, but like we said, because of the wire we use with our lowering springs, which has a high silicone content, it's going to give you an exceptional ride. There are other kits that lower it a little bit more, but we feel this is a perfect balance between giving you a nice, aggressive stance while also allowing you to load up your Maverick with cargo, with people, hook something up to the back. Now, maybe you're thinking something different with your Maverick. We offer a front leveling kit. What that is going to do is raise the front of your Maverick 1¼ inch, and it's going to bring the front up to match the rear ride height. Kind of something similar that we do with the Broncos and the F-150s as well. Now, one of the cool requests we got out there with the Maverick, and one of the reasons why we really love having our own finally, is what about a reverse leveling kit? We were actually at the drag strip, and a customer came up to us. He had a Mustang, and he had just recently got a Maverick, and he's like, I like the way the front looks. I just want to drop the back a little bit. So stay tuned. We're working on a kit that does exactly that. It's going to lower the back down, but not make you look like you're squatted, but it's going to give you a nice level ride without actually ever having to change your front springs. Speaking of changing your front springs, one of the beauties of our Maverick spring kits is our build your own suspension package. What that means is if you don't have a spring compressor and you're not comfortable changing the front springs, which are a coil over a strut, we can sell you the package already together, which means all you do is unbolt your front strut and spring assembly as one and simply bolt in our unit. Because that's actually what we did here. Not only did we add our Steeda lowering springs, but we also added the Lobo shocks and struts setup. What that's going to do is, just like the lowering spring, it's going to give you better suspension compliance and give you a better overall performance-orientated feel when you're driving your Maverick. So keep in mind, if you don't want to have to worry about using a spring compressor, we got those kits available at Steeda.com. And we're taking it a step further. We've added our Steeda Street rear sway bar. Now, we've done some testing this week with it, and based on some feedback, we're actually be coming out with another rear sway bar for it. Now, we feel this is great for everyday use, but if you're looking for something a little bit more, we're going to be offering a competition rear sway bar. It's going to be much stiffer than our current tubular design. It's going to be 3-hole adjustments. It's going to really be a good product, as well as adjustable rear sway bar end links. That's something you can use depending on how much you've lowered your vehicle to dial in the height of that sway bar to make sure you get it back level exactly how it was from the factory. All right, so under the hood, we don't have much going on. We do have our new oil separator kit and our blow-off valve adapter. Now, we do make a strut tower brace for this, but once again, like I stated earlier, we're very thankful to have one of these in-house now. So we're actually in the process of designing a whole new strut tower brace for it. So our focus is going to be on the handling aspect first. Then we're going to look into how to add some more horsepower.
So you guys saw what the Maverick did with Luke driving at the autocross. So we've seen what it's capable of in the turns. Let's see what it does in a straight line here at SGMP. Today we're going to be fighting a 2,700 foot DA. We've seen online that the Lobos are getting a 14.5 in the quarter mile. So we're going to see what our 2-liter XLT is going to do in the quarter mile here. For this first run, I've got it in sport mode. We're going to try and leave off the launch. We're not going to foot brake it, anything like that. That's what worked best for the F-150. So we're going to carry that over to the Maverick platform and just see, leaving, just no foot brake or anything.
One eternity later.
All right, so we just got back from the tower. We were looking at the time slips, and there's somebody else running a similar number to us. We got our time slips a little bit mixed up. So the new time, the correct time we're looking at is a 15:021. So about 5 seconds off, but our DA, right now we're fighting a DA of 2,700. We'll see if foot braking gets us a little bit lower time. Then reaction time is about 3/4 of a second. But like I said, the lag between the throttle and everything just felt so, it was so slow. Like I think I can get that a little bit lower just by getting on the pedal a little bit sooner when the lights are coming down, because the truck just, it feels a little bit laggy. I really wish I had like a throttle booster, pedal max, something in there just to get it a little bit more reactive to what I'm doing inside here in the cab. So we'll see where it goes from there. 1502. We got, I think the foot braking will help us out. So we'll see what we can do. So right now, we're throwing everything back in the car. We're gonna get in line real quick. I mean, we're racing the rain. We can see the rain in the distance pouring down.
It's on a lightning strike on our computer system. So we're gonna be shutting down the downboard and the timing system.
All right, they're shutting everybody down. We'll see if they plan on opening the track back up if everything blows over, or if they're just calling it off for the night. We haven't heard one way or the other yet.
Just be aware, we're running 8 mile here during testing too for a little bit. We've got to swap out a power supply.
That was with sport mode. I did foot brake it, and then we had advanced track off. I did get on it pretty soon. We did not red light, so I think our reaction time would be pretty good. So reaction time of 0.183. So it looks like that's the way to go. Just get on the throttle, basically just at the tail end at the second light or the very start of the third light. It just takes this so long to respond to throttle, at least until we have a tune or we have a throttle booster or something. For this run, it's gonna be our third run of the day. I got the 1/4 mile working again. I'm gonna give it a shot, this time with traction control on. That was actually a pretty good race right there. 8:22.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You had a 1491. I'll take it. I'll take that. If they're getting a 14.5 with the Maverick Lobo and perfect weather, and we're here with the 2700 DA, fighting the weather, fighting the rain, and I mean, we're in an XLT with nothing done to it, I'll take a 14.9.
So Ryan did pretty good at the drag strip. Went a 1491 at 92 miles an hour stock, and that was a 9609 at the 8th mile. So pretty impressive. I mean, we're only talking about a 4-cylinder truck here. Now, I wish I was out there. Unfortunately, I was out of town. So we're gonna take this thing out of the street and see if I can do a little bit better. This is actually the first time I'm driving this thing. But you know, as any competitor, I want to try and beat Riley's time. So he said he was able to foot brake it to about 2,300. So pump the brake a little bit. That was about 2,500. Of course, I got the window up. Oh, you definitely smell the brakes. So 9609. 939, Riley. We just trucked you by 2/10. We coached to a 15.9. We were on the brakes, baby. If we line up across the intersection, we might be able to run a full 1/4 mile. Per the drag, we got him by 2/10.
Well, the draggy also was on during that fastest run.
And what the draggy say?
Well, we can look.
Oh, Frank.
At the track, with 1900 DA, it was 9:55 in the 8th.
Ooh, okay. We also launched it quite a bit harder. That's like 2600.
Okay.
She ate, baby. That Steeda suspension doing work.
And also you got different shocks on here and springs.
Oh. Wait, shocks? You mean just springs?
Lobo shocks.
Really? So we're more aerodynamic. I'm gonna back it up over there if you want to watch the intersection.
And go for what?
A quarter mile. Or we can go hit the other spot, I guess. It's not gonna... But then I gotta drop you off on the side of nowhere.
That's fine.
$14.70 flat. Wow. This thing's fun, man. It really is fun. So as you can see, the team has been having a lot of fun with it. We've got it lowered, we've got our sway bar on it. We plan to go hit another autocross event and take it back to the drag strip. So leave us a comment, let us know what you'd like to see next on our Maverick, what other performance parts you'd like to see us develop. And remember, follow us on all of our social channels. And don't forget the most important thing, Steeda, where speed matters.